The flood was meant to erase the truth. A long time ago, in a land far away, there was a village hidden deep between the mountains. The people who lived there were peaceful and kind. They spent their days farming, singing, and telling stories under the stars. But the most important thing about this village was its secret, a truth so powerful that it could change the world. The elders of the village guarded this truth carefully. They whispered it only to those they trusted, passing it down from generation to generation. It was said that the truth could bring wisdom, but in the wrong hands, it could also bring great destruction. Because of this, the village remained hidden, unknown to the outside world. But secrets never stay buried forever. One day, a stranger arrived at the village. He wore ragged clothes and carried a bag filled with strange tools. He called himself a traveler, but his eyes were sharp, always watching, always searching. The villagers, trusting as they were, welcomed him with food and shelter. They did not know that he had been sent by a powerful king who had heard rumors of the village's secret. For weeks, the stranger lived among them, pretending to be a simple man. He listened to their stories, watched their rituals, and slowly he began to uncover the truth. When he finally learned what he had come for, he slipped away in the night, hurrying back to the king with the secret in his grasp. The king was a greedy and cruel ruler. He cared only for power, and when he heard the truth, he knew he could use it to control the world. But he also knew that if others learned of it, they could rise against him. So he made a terrible decision. He ordered his men to destroy the village and everyone in it. Not by fire, not by sword, but by water. A great dam was built high in the mountains, blocking the river that flowed through the valley. The king's soldiers worked in secret, and when the dam was ready, they opened the gates. A wall of water rushed down, swallowing the village whole. The homes, the fields, the people, everything vanished beneath the flood. The king believed that the truth had drowned with them. But the truth cannot be erased so easily. In the chaos of the flood, a young girl named Lina managed to escape. She had been playing high in the hills when the waters came, and by the time she returned, her home was gone. The only thing left was a single wooden box floating in the muddy remains of the village. Inside it were the last words of the elders, written on fragile parchment. It was the truth, the very thing the king had tried to destroy. Lina, now alone, knew what she had to do. She could not let the truth die. She traveled from village to village, city to city, telling the story of her people. At first, no one believed her. The king had spread lies, saying the flood was a natural disaster, that the village had never existed. But Lina did not give up. She spoke to anyone who would listen, and slowly, her words began to spread. The king, hearing rumors of a girl who knew the truth, sent his soldiers to silence her. But Lina was clever. She hid among the people, moving from place to place, always one step ahead. She knew that if she could reach the great library in the far north, she could preserve the truth forever. After many months of travel, Lina finally arrived at the library. The keepers of the books, wise and fair, listened to her story. They took the parchment and copied the words into countless books, hiding them among the shelves. Now no flood, no fire, no king could erase the truth again. Years passed. The greedy king grew old, and his power faded. The people, tired of his lies, began to question his rule. And then, one day, a scholar found one of the hidden books in the library. He read the truth, the real story of the village, the flood, and the king's betrayal. He shared it with others, and soon the truth spread like wildfire. The people rose up. The king was overthrown, and his dam was destroyed. The waters receded, and the land where the village once stood became green again. Though the people were gone, their truth remained. And so, the lesson was learned. The truth can be hidden, buried, or drowned, but it can never be erased. It always finds a way to rise, like the sun after the darkest night. The end